Next up is Ascension 3 Ironclad again. This is the Redux. We're caught in a little loop here where, like, Ironclad gets a win, Silent gets a loss, and then Defect and Watcher get a win, so we're back up to Ascension 3. Alright. Random Common Relic is great. I never trade out my starting relic. Oh, it's Ironclad. I don't want to remove a card before the first elites. So we can get a random rare relic for 24 damage, or a random common relic. Rare relics are great. Also, 24 damage is not that bad. It doesn't take our max HP, just current HP. And we can heal current HP pretty easily on early floors as an Ironclad. Let's take a look at the map. None of these are super map focused. Like Common Relic and Rare Relic are both basically the same no matter what the map looks like. But if we have a particularly hard early pathing situation, then I wouldn't want to take 24 damage. Okay, so it's probably this route. We want to get those 3 easy pool fights. And a question mark before the shop is nice, because it means if we get the Serpent, we can trade in the Curse. We are forced into 3 elites, though. I'd probably take the elites voluntarily, but being forced into them makes me a little bit sketched out. Another path we could do is this 3-fight 2 question mark fire thing. It doesn't have a shop on it, so we can't like trade in the money, but early shops are not really good, because you don't generally, you want to have at least 180 gold when you go to a shop, so that you can afford any shop relic. Realistically, you want to have like 350 or more gold, because otherwise you're like spending a floor, which is like a resource that you need to use to get stronger. You're spending that floor just spending like a small amount of money. You'd rather batch those together and just spend a big amount of money. Right, if you get a gold bonus, obviously, or a curse, then you need a shop. But otherwise, I think early shops are generally to be avoided, at least this early, like before the first elite in Act 1. But if we go right, we both avoid that early shop, get the same number of elites, aren't forced into the elites, this is an optional elite, and we get a late shop. But we only get 2 elites instead of 3. And getting 3 elites is pretty good. So I think we are going to go up the middle. And that doesn't seem like a particularly challenging line. We do have to fight the elite before a fire. So it is possible we die. Fighting an Act 1 Mega Elite is generally something I don't want to do. And all of these leftmost lines are forced into that Mega Elite, which is highly lethal. Maybe there's a rare relic where we feel strong enough to fight a Mega Elite. Maybe if we get like a fossilized helix or something, we could fight a Mega Elite. But that's unlikely to happen. One of the rare relics you can get is Calipers as well, which is much better on Ironclad than the other classes. Debatably, Defect has a pretty good Calipers interaction, but I think it's by far the best with Ironclad, because you don't have to be afraid about picking Entrench. So I think we're going to take a rare relic. Ooh, Charon's Ashes. Okay, alright, so we've got a Feel No Pain deck. We're like hard pushed for Feel No Pain and like True Grit and that kind of stuff. So, okay. Let's look for it. We're pretty focused on maintaining current HP here. But I think I will take 2 to develop 6 damage. Jawworm does scale, so it's pretty important that we race him. And we're still up 4 on the fight if he doesn't do us any more damage. Yeah, Corruption. Crap. He's doing us a bunch more damage. Okay, so we're losing health on this fight. Just super bad. Oh wait, I'm restarting the fight because I forgot I had vulnerable, so I didn't see lethal. I don't have a command for it. Here, can you just type some text you want to come up and I will make it a command. Is this really lethal? Yeah, it's 27. I just want to play the game correctly, and I don't want to like take a ton of time like making sure that I check every single thing before I play things. Like, I talk enough, so if I make a mistake that's like just a straight up mistake, not like I want to approach this fight a different way now that I know about the future, I will definitely restart the fight. I take no shame about that. Okay, so I love Flame Barrier. Flame Barrier is a great card. Yeah, I know that Sir Artemal, I know that you've seen that that pitch about safe scaling a lot before, but there's probably some people here who haven't. Flamed Barrier. So Flame Barrier is a great card, so is Shrug It Off, but we are mostly looking for attacks early on. So I would like to take Heavy Blade. I hate to get committed to a strength scaling deck, especially when we've got something that's pushing us so strongly in a non-strength scaling direction. But skipping an attack here seems really bad. Right. Yeah, exactly. So you can't use any future knowledge that you gained in the fight when you restart. That's the important benchmark for me. You can't be like, oh, this line didn't work, so I'll try a different way. Like, that's forbidden. Or like, oh, he's doing this attack this turn, so I need to have an apparition ready. Like, nope, you don't get to know that. But I definitely don't mind it if it's just, oops, I didn't realize I had lethal. I don't want to take 10 damage. I want to click this. I wanted to do it, but I feel like I should do this. Nah, Flame Barrier's too good. I'm just going to take it. You can't stop me. Okay. I think we're just triple striking Spike Slime. I've seen streamers do that where they're like, "Let's try the fight over." Like, I'm gonna quit after I do it, but let's see if I could have won. And I never really get what the point is. Like, it seems like you're just training yourself to think in a results-oriented way, which is like not helpful. Yeah, if you can actually learn something from it, then that's fine. But like, are you actually learning something if you play the same fight over? I don't know if you are. I was watching. Shoot, what is his name? I was watching another streamer. Here, I'm going to see if he's streaming right now, so that I can remember his name. Oh, Terrence. I was watching Terrence, I think it was yesterday, and he was up to a 7-win streak on his rotating Ascension 20, which was staggering. And if he'd won the run, he would have gone up to 8. And he got to I think it was the Act 2 boss. He died to Champ. And he after he lost, he replayed the fight because there was a turn when he could have played Catalyst, and he didn't. And he was like, "What happens if I do play Catalyst on that turn?" But he couldn't replay the fight the same way, and so he didn't even get to the same situation. And he ended up winning, but then he was like, "I guess I should have just played it better." I don't know, like. Yeah, sorry. long side tangent while we were looking at this card reward. Burning Pact is absolutely amazing. I love Burning Pact, especially with Charon's Ashes. Charon's Ashes makes Burning Pact so good. Sentinel is really good with Charon's Ashes, but without a Burning Pact to activate it, it's basically just a block. And then Warcry is a little bit less impressive. It does make the deck a little bit more consistent. Okay, if we should imagine that these cards had the text, deal 3 damage to all enemies on them, what would you think about it? So Burning Pact is 1 mana, 3 damage AoE, exhaust a card to draw 2. That's insane. Warcry is 0 mana, deal 3 damage AoE, and draw a card and put a card back on top. 0 damage AoE is pretty good, but Burning Pact is like way better. So we'll pick Burning Pact. Pretty scary to not pick any attacks in the first 2 floors, especially when we took a line where we're forced into 3 elites. This is getting a little freaked out here. I think we transform a defend here. I don't know if I've ever done this before, but maybe we upgrade a strike? Huh. What are we doing here? So, okay, so the big problem we have is we have to fight elites and we're not ready for it, right? Like Gremlin Knob, we basically just have the strikes against him. So we can't remove a card, obviously. We could remove a defend, that's an option too, I guess. We could upgrade Bash. It makes us a little bit worse against Lagavulin, but it makes us better against Gremlin Knob, who's the real big concern. Like against Lagavulin, we have Flame Barrier, which is super good. But yeah, but if we transform and defend, we could get something amazing, right? We could get like Feed or like Shockwave, or Inflame, or sorry, not Inflame, Inferno. What's the worst card we could get? Look at all the Ironclad cards and figure out what the worst option is. Sort them by rarity. Okay. Body Slam's pretty bad. Clash is pretty terrible. It's probably Clash, huh? Berserk is pretty bad. Double tap is not impressive. It's hard to imagine something worse than Clash, though. Almost all of these cards are really good, though. Yeah, we could even get like a Feel No Pain or something. Entrench would be pretty bad. Yeah, all right. We're trying something new. We're gonna defend. We're gonna transform and defend. I think upgrading Bash is totally defensible here, but I think transform and defend is pretty good. Yeah, Clash is probably the worst possible one. Hemokinesis I would take gladly, not like super gladly, but it solves the biggest problem the deck has, which is not enough damage. Immolate. Wow, that was one of the ones I called out as being an amazing option. Okay, so now we're in good shape. Okay, here's a Panache again. Can't afford it. We take Rampage, get a little bit of scaling. Rampage is pretty good if you've got a deck that is exhausting a lot of things, and we probably want to exhaust a lot of things. Rampage also just like wins boss fights for you. Havoc is also here. Havoc sounds quite a bit better when you tack on deal 3 damage to all enemies at the end of it. We can't afford both, not quite. We're off by 3 gold. We could afford Havoc card remove. Yeah, I do like Iron Wave. I've seen Iron Wave get a lot of crap, and I like Iron Wave quite a bit. Having both strength and dex scaling is super good. You know what Iron Wave also has going for it? We can buy it with Rampage here. It's like super efficient with them in terms of money. So if we're buying Rampage, the only things we can do are buy one of the 2 potions or Iron Wave. Yeah, also, so since we have Charon's Ashes, we're probably going to take either Second Wind or... I always forget what the other one's called. Sever Soul? Is it Sever Soul? Whatever, the cards that that exhaust all non-attacks. And Iron Wave is a nice little pressure release for that, where it's like you still have a card that blocks in your deck, even if you exhaust everything that's not an attack. Yeah, Sever Soul it is. Card remove Immolate. I missed your no copper face sarcasm, Kieran. So we're definitely doing that. Here's a counterpoint to Iron Wave. Why don't we just buy a block pot? Because it doesn't junk up our deck for Act 2, and it saves us in many of the same situations. For that matter, why don't we just take Fear Pot? We're already like super good against sentries, and Fear Pot's bad against sentries, but we're like, with Charon's Ashes, exhausting Dazes, and an Immolate, like that fight is free. I like Vulnerable Pot. It makes it wins, or it helps us win the Gremlin Knob fight, which is really important. I think that's the thing we're concerned about the most. You know what? Even when I see the Kappa face, I always read the thing and then I see the Kappa face and then I think, like, long after I've parsed the sentence and like figured out what it means, I'm like, oh, this person's being sarcastic. It doesn't come across to me the same way as regular real life sarcasm does. I always have to be like, that's a stupid suggestion. Oh, that person's being sarcastic. Which is problematic. I think Iron Wave was close there. I think it was very nearly Iron Wave. But it's got the Kappa face, it's not just text. So we can do 27 damage, or we can block for 5. Hopefully get lethal next turn. I guess it was guaranteed, because we had Immolate in the deck. So we healed for 5 in that fight, that's pretty good. Havoc is available, Anger also available. Or I suppose Rupture, technically, is a card. I think we're more excited about Havoc than Anger. Yeah, it does. I'm not too worried about a source of cards to exhaust. Rupture plus Burn. Oh, I see what you mean. We could just burn ourselves to death. Yes, that's true. If we were against Hexaghost, that'd be more of a consideration. We do need attacks. Anchor is a totally legitimate pick. I don't think we need to necessarily copy paste the Anger pick. It is like, it's kind of the exact opposite plan as Rampage. Rampage is like, you want a deck that's really dense and is basically just Rampage at the end. And Anger's like, you're doing strength scaling and shuffling lots of crap into your deck. So this helps you not waste all of your turns. And currently we have the Rampage in the deck, so I'm leaning towards taking the Havoc, which helps us live that dream. It also helps us exhaust the burn from Immolate eventually. Burn Impact is clearly better at that, but we'll give Havoc a shot. I also just rarely pick Havoc, and this is a really good situation for it, so I'm kind of excited to get it in there. I don't usually force an exhaust build. Sometimes I will if I like pick a True Grit on floor 1 or something, but like Charon's Ashes is like a top tier relic for that deck, so since we got it on floor 1, we kind of have to do it. Seems like we want to play either Bash or Rampage before we wake him up, despite the fact that Immolate is a lot of damage. I guess we could just Vuln Pot and then Immolate Strike. And then we don't really need the Bash to wake him up. It does seem pretty wrong to just skip Immolate. It's 30 damage. Yeah, okay. You don't have to. You don't have to put a cap face. But I will honestly. I'll get confused whether you put a kappa face or not. there's no hope. Okay, so we're always playing rampage. Maybe we weren't always playing rampage. Maybe we were supposed to burning pact and find flame barrier. That's confusing. So we have these cards and one more next turn. If we get Bash then Rampage next turn, we can probably kill him with Fire Potion. But I think we have to strike now if we want to do that. It's going to be a 1 in 11. So that's like 9%. And then Bash does 8, and Rampage is going to do 13. 13 turns into... Oh, sorry, Bash turns into 12, and then 13 turns into 19. So it ends up doing 31 damage. It seems like that's not lethal, even if we do... Oh, wait, 31 plus the 20, so it's 51. So we'd have to do both strikes if we want that to be lethal. But then we do take 20. We could just Havoc right now, and we have a 1 in 4 chance of playing Flame Barrier. Yeah, let's do that. Hey, look at that. Okay. Well, now we have an even better chance of getting, whatchamacallit, the big attack next turn. And we took way less damage. Immolate does 30. Yeah, that kills him with Fire Potion. Oh god, now everyone's being sarcastic in chat. We've got Mummified Hand. That's the card. Does that mean we pick Barricade? Probably not, right? If we pick Barricade, the dream is like Barricade Corruption, and then like play all the skills and just like hope that your block lasts for the rest of the fight. Exhaust everything. I don't think we're anywhere close to needing to live that dream, so let's not. Cleave is an AoE attack. We already have an AoE in the form of Immolate, so we don't like super need Cleave. Although, actually, are we gonna run into hard pool fights, or are we just like fighting elites? This is a hard pool fight. So we got like 2 hard pool fights. Yeah, I guess we just skip this. Keep that skinny deck. Probably upgrading Immolate. Immolate's pretty insane. 7 extra damage. We're guaranteed to not run into Lagavulin, so maybe we upgrade Bash now. Or Rampage. Wow, you think Barricade Plus should cost 1? That is quite nuts. Yeah, Rampage is it gets a lot better with an upgrade. Honestly, we're probably winning a Guardian fight after we play Rampage like 4-ish times. So the difference is not huge. It would be like a 12 damage difference on the last time we play it, so it's like 24 or something total. But you know, that's still 24 damage. Whereas Bash gets 2 every time you play it, and then way more from the increased vulnerable uptime. Yeah, I think Rampage is probably the upgrade. No, it draws 4 cards. Okay, probably Rampage Immolate here. I could theoretically see Swift Pot trying to draw Bash, but no. That's right, we should have taken that Barricade so that we could have upgraded the Defend at the campfire. How did I not see the line? Do we havoc here? Defend is pretty bad. I think we just swift pot, look for the bash, and then bash strike. Well, okay. There's rampage coming around again. So we got lethal, great. Ooh, molten egg, what? Sword boomerang's good. But we don't really have any strength scaling, and we're probably not building any because of Charon's Ashes. We'll get lots of good attacks because we have molten egg, so I don't think we need to jump on the first one we see. Although we also want to be using molten egg to make the deck better, so we don't want to be skipping things just because we'll see stuff later. Oh yeah, brutality combos with the rampage. I missed it. Ooh, hey, we've got an exercise. It's been like several days since anyone redeemed exercise. I'm getting way out of shape. Just kidding. But yeah, I'll do some push-ups, right? Yeah, we can do that. Back in a second, taking some water. Okay, so the way the exercise thing works is I will exercise at the next card reward screen. So you can stack them up, that's fine. We've got 2 pending. Oh boy, I've got 3 exercise queued up. Sword Boomerang is probably best in what fight? What fight is Sword Boomerang good in? It's really good in hallway fights when you have like... Okay, I'm gonna need to keep track of the exercise in a little notepad. So we've got 4 pending, looks like. That's right, we've got to flex ourselves. Okay. I think we just pass here. Rage is kind of interesting, but no. Okay, Toxic Egg too, what? Alright, so now we have 5 pending. Oh my god. we're just gonna exercise it like every card reward. That's fine. Immolate wins this fight. Great. Alright, here's into the card ward, so we gotta do some exercise. Also, every single card we see is gonna be... sorry, did I fall behind on how many exercise things there are? My current count is 7, and I'm gonna put that... Or current count is 6, so I'm gonna put that down to 5. Because I'm gonna exercise right now. Alright, so we got 4 more. 5 more? Oh my god. 6 more? Okay, so we're up to 11. Okay. So we got Whirlwind. Whirlwind Plus is kind of an insane card. Do we need that? It's hard to say that picking Whirlwind Plus is bad. Carnage exhausts, so we can just leave it in hand to do 3 AoE. Are we worried about artifact charges? We could get Thunderclap to get more reliable Immolate and Rampage vulnerable damage. I think I actually like Carnage with the sort of, it does 28 damage, or the backup plan is you just don't play it and it does 3 damage. I think I'll pick Carnage here. And then I'll go get cooking it. Hold on just a second. Sleepy kitty. She was just napping upstairs. Yeah, sorry, I'm not muted, but I'm not next to the microphone. Upgrade Havoc is really good. Upgrade Immolate's also good. Upgrade Flamebearer also good. I'll take Immolate. We're pretty likely to run into Sentries. Immolate's really good in this case. My wife has reclaimed her cat. It was her cat when we met, and then I trained her and made her into a little lap cat and stole her. And she used to like sleep next to my monitor. But then my wife made a really comfortable chair and a sunspot upstairs with a little heating pad in it. Coconut loves it. I think we don't wake him up right now. This is like the worst wake up turn we'll get. I think we do Burning Pact a defend, just to get rid of it. Maybe we do wake him up. Maybe we wake him up with a bash and double strike. Okay, we'll do. Yeah, you know, for a second there, I was worried that I should like reduce the cost of the channel point rewards, because nobody was redeeming them. Nobody redeemed a channel point reward for like almost a week. I was like, if I reduce them though, maybe people will do them more, and then I'll have to do lots of exercise. It's both a good and a bad thing. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with Rampage Immolate or Rampage Carnage wake up next turn. So I won't bash. I guess Immolate Strike is fine. It sucks that Rampage is missing this shuffle. Slime Box, what? I guess we play Carnage over Immolate. That way we keep both in the deck. We could do the energy pot now too. Play them both. It's hard to imagine energy pot getting much more than 28 damage. Good havoc, but I think we'll just flame barrier rampage. I did not know that. That sounds kind of fun, kind of mean. Are you like, is it like one of those things where people go into like game support or like into in-game chats and type like, press Alt F4 to fix that problem, and they're like, oh great, oh, and they press Alt F4 and disconnect. No block available this turn, so I guess we're taking 20. We did get calipers. We were talking about calipers at the beginning of the stream, but now we have it. Second copy of Havoc. I mean, if you want one Havoc, you probably want two, right? If I got timed out, would it just be like mute my microphone, or would it like, would the stream stop? I guess I'll take a second Havoc. I think we rest here. Oh shoot, I think I just blew past a card reward without exercising, so I need to do that. Hold on. We're down to 10. And I'll do some lunges. Okay. Let's go fight this dork. Immolate kills allows, and then I guess we'll see what's in Havoc. Okay. That's glorious. Blame the Kieran? I don't think so. More like get blamed yourself. We have access to a body slam plus, and we have calipers. So we could try to do that. All right, this is more exercise. Okay, we're gonna do arm curls this time. Yeah, Evolve is great, both because we have Immolate and because we like want lots of status cards. So as soon as we pick Evolve, we're like able to pick all those wounding strikes and stuff that we need. Yeah, this definitely does end up being a Burning Pact deck, or a Fire Breathing deck a decent amount of the time. I need to get a wrist brace. Come here. just hang out there. You don't have to leave. Yeah, I think we'll click Evolve here. Seems good. We're at almost full health, so let's upgrade something. Probably the Havoc. It's important to be able to just weave in Havocs whenever we can. Uh-oh. Well, we can't play Havoc now because it's we haven't played Rampage yet. We need Rampage in the fight. Which means we're getting boinked on turn 2. Oh no, we drew all of our block too. Oh, we can build block. We have Calipers. We can only carry over 2 block though. I think we have to Havoc. Okay, well, it's fine. Yeah, that's actually a built-in part of the game. You can just turn on stream mode. Actually, how does that work? Because do you need like your stream key or something? But I don't like that, so I'm not going to do that one. Sorry. Okay, well we already transformed him, so let's not roll the dice again. Let's develop Evolve. I guess we wanted to hit Bash? Okay, I think we just Rampage and chill. We can't skip our Rampage, but we don't want to take extra damage. Okay, let's do this, and... I guess Burning Pact to try and draw on more defense. Nope. Just get hit again, I guess. We lost 2 of our big attacks already. Alright, now we have Havoc and Rampage in the same hand, so we can do stuff. Let's go ahead and... No, actually, let's... Yeah, let's burn this Burning Pact this burn. So now a Havoc can hit the other Havoc, a Flame Barrier, or Bash. Those are kind of the bad ones, and Strikes are the good ones. I think I'm willing to take that chance. That's too bad. That was probably the best card in the pile. Havoc has a 1 in 7 chance of hitting Rampage here and losing me the run, so I will pass. Okay, I'm not going to skip a Rampage, even though it causes me to take some damage. Havoc hits one of these 2. If it hits the other Havoc and then hits the Burning Pact, we still don't lose. What's it called? It did hit Burning Pact. Okay, so now we can't play Havoc because Rampage is over there. Alright, see you later, Kieran. Thanks for coming. Probably want to double defend here, preserve some life. And play a strike. Oh, it's Havoc in case we get Bash. We can do a little bit over damage with Rampage here. Hey, this is going to be a close one. It's a nail biter. We can't take a 25% chance of losing Rampage here. So we just block and pass. If we defend, we don't die. So we're at 18, we take 16. If we play Havoc and we hit anything other than defend, which is a 1 in 3 chance, then we die, so we can't play it. Which means we're skipping a proc of Rampage. Okay. Alright, so now we play Bash and then Havoc, and if it doesn't hit Rampage, we lose. What did it hit? I guess it hit Strike. Well, crap. Really promising start, but I managed to screw it up. Yeah, we exhausted our one like premier block card. Well, we took 2 havocs and killed the flame barrier. Maybe we should have been. Maybe we shouldn't have taken the second havoc. For one thing. Yeah, we lost Carnage, Flame Barrier, and Immolate, so we ended up just like a Rampage deck that was super dependent on draws. I think the second Havoc was a mistake. I think the first one is probably correct. No, it's not a good card, but if we have Karen's Ashes from the get-go, I think it's reasonable. It's one of the best ways to get to a minimalist deck really quickly. It's just it's tricky to play, right? Because when you're not at the minimalist deck, then it's like, you know, you think it's so bad we can't ever take it. I think that has to be wrong. Surely if you have like all of this stuff and like feel no pain and stuff, if you had a bunch of powers, yeah, Crystal Eye, yeah, see? Okay, well that's too bad. So I guess we're gonna go back to Ascension 2 tomorrow. Maybe I'm just like, so I designed this system to find my equilibrium.